Over the last 24 hours, a wave of panic swept across global markets and capital cities alike. This chart shows the primary economic indicator of that panic. Brent crude oil prices rose sharply, surpassing the $104 per barrel mark. That financial shock triggered a swift political response. In India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi issued 2 separate warnings in a single day, preparing the country for cuts to public facilities and energy rationing. The source of this global anxiety is a single region. The territory responsible for supplying much of the world's oil is now on the verge of a broader conflict. Diplomatically, the situation is critical. Observers currently describe the existing ceasefire as being on life support. This instability is the direct result of a single high-stakes diplomatic negotiation ending without an agreement. At the center of this crisis is a failed back-channel dialogue between the U.S. and Iran. The friction began when Iran sent a new peace proposal via Pakistan. Tehran offered to ensure maritime security in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, provided the U.S. lifted sanctions and resumed talks on the nuclear program. President Donald Trump rejected the offer on Truth Social, finding it unacceptable and stating the U.S. now seeks a total victory. The U.S. responded with a 14-point ultimatum, setting out much more stringent conditions for Tehran. The first major U.S. demand is a mandatory 12-year freeze on all Iranian uranium enrichment. They also demand Iran hand over its 440-kilogram stockpile of uranium, already enriched to 60%, bringing it dangerously close to weapons grade. Iran refuses to surrender the stockpile or accept such a significant compromise on its domestic nuclear program. These conflicting red lines have brought diplomacy to a standstill. With the talks stalled, regional actors have moved from the negotiating table toward military escalation. Once the negotiations failed, the tension transitioned into physical violence across several different fronts. In Lebanon, Israeli military strikes have intensified. The attacks have caused significant damage and have left medical workers in the line of fire. The instability has spread into the Gulf states. Both the UAE and Kuwait have been forced to issue drone alerts in response to sudden threats. Trade routes are also at risk. A cargo ship near Qatar was recently attacked, signaling a direct threat to international maritime commerce. This wave of regional violence followed immediately after the rejection of the peace proposal. The most significant vulnerability in this conflict is the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has threatened to retaliate against any outside interference in the strait, a move that effectively holds international shipping lanes hostage. If this choke point is closed, the global impact is immediate. This is what leads to the rising energy prices and the rationing warnings issued by world leaders like Prime Minister Modi. The world is currently caught in a cascading crisis. Until the deadlock over the nuclear program is resolved, the threat of severe economic